somebody who's definitely trying to rock out cancer is our next guest, Scott Hamilton.
Really just set it right up for him. It was a volley.
You're a pro. That was awesome. Way to go.
Before the show started,
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back. You actually have a Rob Lowe story, because years ago you were at a Bruce Springsteen concert, rocking out.
Well, it was funny because the seats that we had were printed, but there weren't any seats that existed, and there was a lot of people there kind of jockeying for position on, you know, sitting down. So the guy said, "Here, sit right here, and then we'll work out your seats." And then a gentleman came up right after that and said, "Rob Lowe wants to sit there," and it's like, okay. And he goes, "No, now." And I go, "Well," and I think it was somebody in management or somebody like that. I go, "Well, as soon as he finds me a place to sit, I'll give him these seats." And it just worked out where we ended up fine, but it was just very funny when I think it was his manager or something came up and go, "He wants to sit now, like right now." And it's like, oh, okay. And I've been around him a few times, and he's a really nice guy.
And you're a really nice guy. I think sometimes the managers, probably true.
Yeah.
And better looking.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That profile. Right? Yeah, not many posters up around. Anyway.
But sometimes I think managers and publicists make things worse than actually the stars do. Because were you and Rob both at the height of your career? I mean, is that when you were both extremely popular, well-known?
Well, he was a movie star. I mean, I'm a male figure skater. I mean, come on. I mean,
But you represented our country.
Thanks for bringing that up.
I was like,
yeah, that's
nothing to say now. So back to Rocking Out Cancer with Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, and speaking of
joining us,
she's got a great manager.
She has a great manager?
Yes.
Is that because...
She's a great person.
Well, you and Sheryl have been friends for a long time?
We've been friends for, you know, she's just the greatest blessing there is. I mean, she and my wife are dear, dear friends, and she's a member basically of our family. And you know, when she agreed to be a part of this, I couldn't be more thrilled. I mean, to have her as a part of this event, that means so much to me. I mean, I think about this event every day, all year, just in anticipation of how it's going to be and everything else, and to have her voice and her presence and her love and music and her story as a part of the CARES event on November 5th at the Q. Be there.
It's such a good thing that you're saying nice things about her, because I think she can hear everything.
Oh, good. Yeah.
She is.
Isn't she beautiful?
Good morning.
Good morning.
We were just saying that this morning.
Well, I have to tell the real story.
You look amazing.
Oh, you want to tell the real story?
Okay, tell the real story.
I have to tell the real story. I went to the event last year, and Vince Gill played. And first, I'm going to say I'm a huge ice skating fan. And yes, I got my hair cut like Dorothy Hamill instead of straight. Nobody told me that you need to have straight hair, and I have really curly hair. But and of course, I'm friends with Tracy and Scott, and our kids play together. And I hijacked the gig. I asked Scott if I could do it this year.
And I told her I was afraid to ask you, because I really was afraid to ask her. I wanted to, but I was afraid. She goes, "You don't have to. I'm asking you."
I want to do this gig. I want to play. I want to play and have ice skaters skate to my music. So,
well, Sheryl.
So that's what we're doing.
Sheryl, you actually have battled with cancer yourself. So not only loving Scott and his wife, but I'm sure that this event meant that much more to you because that you did battle with cancer.
Well, I think Cleveland is one of those places that is just a miracle every second of every day. And I always say that the doctors and the research scientists who are working to find a cure for cancer and who are treating patients on a daily basis and their families are the real rock stars in the story. And what Cleveland's doing is, you know, it is like miracles, but the program that Scott has created, the initiative, the CARES initiative, is so important, because having gone through the process of being diagnosed and how intimidating it is, just navigating through the system once you've been diagnosed and knowing what to do next and how to approach it with a healthy mindset. I think that's really where CARES is so beautifully effective, that there's so many resources for the patient, for the families. It's about not only navigating through the system, but it's about survivorship. And as Scott knows, once you're diagnosed with a life-threatening illness, your life really is never the same again. So what Scott's doing and what the CARES initiative does in 34 out of 50 states is so important, and it's a great evening to not only celebrate that, but to create awareness and funding.
Well, Scott, talk a little bit about what the setup is going to be, because will you have a stage for Sheryl? Obviously, not going to put her on ice skates, unless you want to do that, Sheryl.
She's been campaigning hard for that.
I'm not saying it's out of the question, but
Play the guitar and skating. Let's see how talented you really are.
Let's get that grand piano out there. You can kind of lean on it a little bit.
as long as I can skate in Manolo Blahniks.
There you go. We'll get them to make
That would be hot.
Yeah. And Tiffany blades. Yeah, we'll work that out.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have the stage at the end of the ice, but you know, I emailed or texted Sheryl. I go, do you use wedges, monitors, or do you use ears? And she wrote me back, ears. So we're trying to construct something where she'll be a little bit more accessible to the audience and to the skaters themselves as far as the way the staging is going. And then, you know, as far as the skaters, they're in awe. And they're getting, you know, Sheryl's group has been really great about sending live versions of the songs that they'll be skating to, so they get a real feel of what it's going to be live, because they won't really get to skate to her live until the rehearsal the day of the show, and so there's a lot of preparation that goes along with that. So she's been great to send live versions of the songs edited for the skaters, which is another huge ask, which she just didn't blink at. She says, absolutely, I can do that. So it's going to be obviously the best show of the 12 we've ever had, and ticket sales honestly are reflecting that. We were way ahead of last year and the year before, and those are the best years we've ever had. So Sheryl's brought so much attention and so much, you know, desirability to this event, and more awareness than we've ever had before.
You bring up an interesting point with skaters who will be performing to her music live only during rehearsal, and then obviously for the show itself. And Sheryl, I mean, when you're performing live, do you sometimes do something impromptu normally? I mean, do you kind of change things up normally during a live show, whereas this, you're going to have to kind of stick more to what you end up sending the skaters?
Let's just say that I'm not going to do a lot of ad-libbing at the gig. I don't want to throw anybody off their skates. Yeah, no, we'll kind of stick to the plan, you know. For me, it's going to just be if I can just keep my mind on what I'm doing while I'm watching the skating, because I find we went to Disney on Ice the other night, and I feel like when I'm watching skaters that I'm skating. Like I know when something's coming up, and I'm gearing up, my stomach's tightening up, and I don't know about you, Scott. I'm sure you probably experience it too. I get really into it, so it's going to be. For me, just to try to remember what I'm supposed to be doing while I'm watching the skaters is going to be a challenge.
Sheryl, it's a Saturday night event. How about practicing on Friday right here on the show?
I like that.
She's like, yeah, no.
We're going to have Scott's people.
This is where the good manager comes in.
Managers always say no. All right, Sheryl, thanks so much for checking in with us this morning.
Love you.
Absolutely, and make sure that I love you too, and you can still get tickets. All you guys out there who want to come, go to qarena.com, and also there's a great dinner afterwards, which you can buy tickets to too. So we're counting on everybody coming.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Thanks
so much.
Thank
Looking
you,
forward to
Sheryl.
having you in Cleveland.
Oh, she's the best.
Yeah.
I love that
It looks
woman.
amazing. Honest to God. She's
it's
just really gorgeous.
I still look at her and I go, that's Sheryl Crow.
Those are good
But you know,
genes.
at home it's Sheryl. You know, and that's the difference. She's got this huge public persona and this incredible career, but she is so great with her boys. And she's such a great mom, and she's so involved, and as a friend, there's no finer. So we're just blessed to have her.
The show is going to be terrific. An evening with Scott Hamilton and friends over at the Q, Saturday, November 5th. You can log on to theqarena.com for ticket information. Scott, thanks for being here.
Thank you.